Hi, Sir Irene. Good day. John here. And I'm recording this video to show you the proposal that I mentioned the last time we talked. This was about the app that can help branch managers automate their TMC or text messaging campaign. And I call this SMS automation made simple with Blast. The name of the app that I created is Blast. So, what is Blast? It's an acronym that means branch level adaptable software for texting. Let's say, for example, you are an employee in a branch and you want to text or send daily text reminders, but texting everyone one by one takes forever. Kung sa Bisaya pa, mano-mano ang pag-text, copy-paste, dugay kayo siya mahuman, especially if daghan. Let's say you need to send text reminders to 300 members who have missed their loan payments last month. Manual copy and pasting their numbers using message templates and updating the Excel sheet usually takes an average 1 minute per member. That's around 300 minutes spent by an employee, assuming they work like a robot and does not take breaks in between, working for 6 hours straight, right? Another scenario would be you want to avoid members missing their payments. So you send them text reminders on their due date every day instead of the previous one wherein members already have past due, you have accounts that are already on past due. This one, you want to prevent that by sending text messages or text reminders daily. If there are 60 members with due dates today, and you can work on it nonstop like a robot, again, with an average speed of one SMS sent per minute, that's 60 minutes of work that could have been spent on other productive tasks that cannot be automated. Now, Blast can help solve this problem. Blast is an app that lets users use their Android phone, bulk send SMS, or set automated texting rules, and Blast handles everything automatically. So, for example, on scenario number one, you need to send 300 SMS reminders today to members with past due last month. If done manually, that would take 7 to 8 hours. Assuming the person you will assign will take breaks or rest in between, so that's just an estimate, 7 to 8 hours. And given that we are humans, of course, we really like to take much of our time to do the work done for the day, right? The output of doing it manually is you might be able to send 300 SMS sent in 7 to 8 hours with 1 minute interval on average, and you get a tired employee because that employee will work all day just sending those text reminders to 300 people. Now, if you're going to be using Blast, it will only take 10 to 15 minutes to set it up. And you would save 7 hours and 45 minutes of work for one employee with the same output, 300 SMS sent in 7 to 8 hours, 1 minute interval, and you get a happy employee. Maybe if you can give other tasks to that employee. This is for scenario one. For scenario two, let's say you'll be sending 60 SMS reminders daily. So that would be every day, Monday to Saturday, to remind users of their loan due date. If done manually, estimated an employee would take an hour of their time each day to send those 60 messages in 1 hour. If we multiply that by 24 working days, that's 6 days, Monday to Saturday, times 4 weeks, 24 hours. In a month, you'll be spending 24 hours. This is if you're currently doing it manually. Now, if you're going to be using Blast, it will only take a setup time of 30 minutes to 60 minutes or 1 hour. That's 23 hours saved per month because instead of doing the texting manually every day, the Blast app has automated texting rules that users can use so that it will send the same output of 60 SMS sent per hour with 1 minute interval. So the big question here now is how does it work? Let me show you. So this is a live demo of using the bulk send feature on Blast. On the left side of the screen, if you're looking at it, this is what the dashboard looks like in the app. I'm using my phone right now to show you how the app works. There are 4 tabs here. We have the tab for the dashboard, the send SMS, the log files, and the webhook. Now the main concern here is this part, the send SMS part. This is where you can bulk send messages. Let's say, for example, you have 300 members that you need to send text reminders about their loan due date. This is where you can do it. This app only recognizes CSV files, so you need to convert the Excel file and make sure that there are only 2 columns. First column would be for the phone numbers, and the second column would be for the messages. Let me give you an example. All right, so this is a sample CSV file, where in the first column are the numbers, and the second column are the messages that you want to send. I will download this file into CSV format, and then on the Blast app, you just click Import CSV file. Look for that file, this one. And then as you can see here, it loaded 3 messages. And once I click Send All here, it will send all 3 messages based on the delay or intervals that you have set by default. Let's send it. All right. So 3 messages were sent. If you check the log files here, this message was sent to this number, this number, this number. These are all my numbers that I'm using right now. And then if we go to the default messages here, you can also see that those messages were really sent. So this app will make it look like these messages were sent by human, not automated, because we can set different intervals. We just made our life easier. Instead of manual copy and pasting, we just imported a CSV file wherein we list all the phone numbers and applied the appropriate messaging or appropriate message template for each of those numbers that we need to send text to. That is the bulk send feature on Blast. Let's now proceed to the live demo and sample campaign using automated texting rules on Blast. This will apply for the scenario 2, wherein we want to send daily SMS reminders to different people. All right, so this is a sample spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet is most likely what the users will use, or let's say, for example, the branch managers. They just need to put in here the data that we need, that the Blast app needs, which is their ID, the last name or first name, the phone number, and then this part here validates the phone number. If it's valid or invalid, let's say for example, it lacks one number, therefore the validation is no, and the automation will not proceed for this entry. And then the type. Let's say for example, we have different campaigns that we want to run, like this one here. Let's say we want to send daily due date reminders, and this is the message. We want to send messages to members with less than 3,000 share capital. We want to send reminders to the ones that has loans past due. So how does it work? We just need the first name here or the last name, the phone number, and then the campaign. So the campaign here, say for example, DDD, that's just something I created for daily due date reminders. Then I will tag this person with DDD, and then this is the date where their loan was granted. Therefore, we assume that every 24th of the month they will be texted. We can set an automation to send messages 2 days before their due date to remind them that they need to settle their loan on or before due date to avoid penalties. And we can also send them reminders on their due date to remind them to not forget paying their loans. Let's say we want to send messages today. Today is December 22nd. Instead of the date where the loan was granted, I will set the date here and then send the necessary message. It's very simple. They just need to add the name, the number here, and then click the campaign based on the campaigns that they've created here, the message that they want to use. And then if it's a daily due date reminder, they just need to put in the date where the loan was granted here. And then if they want to send the messages today or whatever date they want to send that, then they just need to put the date here. There's an automation in the back end of this spreadsheet that will follow these rules that have been set in here. So it's very simple. If you have, say, for example, 10 people here, just need to add all of their names here, all their numbers, and everything will be validated if their number is valid or not, and then apply the campaign that you want to use, the message campaign that you want to use. Let's say this is for loans past due. Just need to apply that there. And of course, since it's a loan past due, you want to send text reminders as soon as possible. So we'll put the same date here. And then what's important is this column. You need to mark this yes in order to run the automation. If this column is empty or not marked yes, then the automation will not run. Once that's marked yes, then the Blast app will read the data here and then send the corresponding messages for each of the entries you have here. So that's for the automation rules. I also created a reporting format here that will be helpful in analyzing the data. Say, for example, in here, you can see that there are 93 people that were texted on that day. And then for this one, we sent, for example, 51 loans past due messages to people, 115 as daily due date reminders, and then we sent 20 birthday messages, something like that. We will continue to improve this one the more data that we get in order to help branch managers on their text messaging campaign. All right, so that's the live demo on using the bulk send feature on Blast and using the automated texting rules with the help of Google Sheets. Now, this is simply what the Blast app do. Blast turns the phone into a safe SMS sending machine. It sends messages only within allowed limits, let's say, for example, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It pauses if the phone goes offline. It works in the background, so it doesn't need to be open all the time. It sends messages at safe random intervals, and it shows alerts if something goes wrong. Now, in this part, I also want to let you know that this app is not for large corporations and enterprises. Companies with strict governance and legal obligations like banks, telcos, insurance corporations, and publicly listed companies. And why Blast is not ideal for them is because it doesn't have an opt-in, opt-out management. Like users can request to opt out of the messaging system. It doesn't have legal archiving, it doesn't have regulatory reporting, it doesn't have short code brand registration or the sender ID. Blast intentionally avoids centralized institutional compliance workflows, corporate approvals, and enterprise messaging bureaucracy. Blast is also not for highly regulated institutions. Organizations that must comply with formal SMS regulations, like financial institutions under strict regulators, healthcare system providers, government agencies, political campaigns, and emergency alert systems. They have separate protocols for that. Blast app is also not for marketing agencies and mass broadcasters where their main goal is mass promotional messaging. Like say they want to send 1,000 messages less than an hour. We avoid link heavy marketing campaigns. We have filters for that. We block those links. We set rate limits, and our limit is one message per minute or one SMS per minute. And the app is designed merely for reminders, not advertising. Blast app is also not for centralized corporate messaging teams that need multi-role approvals because from the name itself, it's branch level adaptable software. It's not for corporate messaging, wherein there are multi-role approvals, there's too much bureaucracy, there's compliance sign-offs, there's template approval for simple workflows, and brand consistency enforcement. Now, who is this app for? Blast is built for businesses where each branch talks directly to its own customers and needs fast, reliable SMS communication without corporate complexity. These are branches where each branch has one phone and customer list. Messages are operational, not promotional, and speed and simplicity matter more than bureaucracy. This app is ideal for branch managers and small business owners. Blast is for people who actually run the branch day to day, not policy teams. These users want less manual texting. So instead of manual texting, they do it with automation. Fewer mistakes because sometimes if you do copy and paste, it's still prone to human errors. Simple automations. You can just simply upload a CSV file or set up the data in Google Sheets and have the automation run by itself. Clear limits that protect their SIM cards. We don't want to send as many messages every day because it's really limited for a small number of people, probably 100 to 200 maximum per day, because they just want to send reminders to specific people that needs them. And a tool they can simply understand in minutes, not complicated. Simply say, in one clear sentence, Blast is for branch level businesses and SME operators who need simple, responsible SMS automation using their own Android phone without enterprise compliance complexity. That's it. If you need more info or you have any questions, just let me know, sir. God bless.